Street Fighter is a popular fighting video game franchise where characters from around the world battle using martial arts and special moves. So with Elena now playable in Street Fighter 6, what better way to celebrate by cooking some dishes inspired by her roots? You know, rather than playing the actual video game? I mean, you can do that as well, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to explore a character with a little twist. I'll leave the high-level strategy and gameplay to the professionals. Plus, you're gonna need some food to recharge from those long gaming sessions, right? My name's Chris. I'm a home cook and I love making cooking videos to help empower you to create delicious meals in your kitchen. I'm also an avid gamer too, playing games since the original Nintendo. Do you all remember that? I'm aging myself here. I played Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, saw its return to glory with the Street Fighter 4 series, and now as a family man, is still going strong with its 6th iteration with Street Fighter 6. Now, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, fighting games, or video games in general, you should check out the Street Fighter Cookbook. Officially licensed by Capcom, this cookbook offers over 80 recipes inspired by the diverse nationalities and global settings of the characters in the Street Fighter series. The cookbook is organized by country, mirroring the international backgrounds of Street Fighter characters. Each section introduces a fighter and their signature dish or dishes, providing cultural context and some personal anecdotes. What I also find interesting is that the narrative of this book is presented through Sakura, a character that was introduced in the Street Fighter Alpha series as a huge fan, to put it nicely, to one of Street Fighter's main protagonists, Ryu. She's grown up a bit since then and she embarks on a trip around the world, trying out street food snacks. This is where she shares her stories of her encounters with iconic fighters like Ryu, Chun-Li, Cammy, and many more, learning new techniques and how to cook favorite recipes from the fighter's hometown. Recipes range from canned spaghetti carbonara, Chun-Li's mapo tofu, and Ryu's Hadouken. This is represented as a bright blue cocktail, fitting for a Hadouken, I suppose. And yes, Blanca's meme-worthy pound cake is showcased here as well, if you're old school like I am. I'd like some pound cake! And of course, this book features Elena as well. Now if you're wondering about Elena and who she is, she's a light-hearted, nature-loving fighter from Kenya who is studying abroad in Japan and eventually in France. Introduced in Street Fighter 3 New Generation, she is the first playable character in the series whose home country is in Africa. Elena's fighting style, capoeira, has origins in Africa and Brazil that includes elements of dance, acrobatics, music, and spirituality. This style really fits her well as it utilizes her long legs to execute fancy dance-like moves and legwork. She is the first Street Fighter character to have her moveset consisting entirely of kicks and leg throws, as opposed to other characters that are boxing archetypes that primarily use their hands. Elena is strong, full of energy, sociable, and always eager to learn more about the world. She is able to hear and comprehend various rhythms as well as the voices of the wind and trees. Her playstyle is unique and I think she's cool, just don't tell that to the people who had to fight her in Street Fighter 4. They might still be traumatized.
Alright buddy, another healing! Just gonna let it rock! Shameless! Shameless with the healing!
Alright, let's get to the street food. First thing on the menu is Mayai Pasua. This is a popular Kenyan street food that transforms a simple hard-boiled egg into a flavorful snack. It essentially involves stuffing a boiled egg with kachumbari, a fresh, uncooked salad that's common in East African cuisine, normally served as a side dish or condiment to complement meats or street foods like Mayai Pasua. Elena says that she gets so head down in her studies that she needs a snack to refuel, and these Mayai Pasua are a quick bite that is perfect for these situations. So let's make the kachumbari. In a mixing bowl, let's dice 2 tomatoes, dice a 1/4 cup red onion, add a half bunch of fresh cilantro, add the zest and juice of 2 limes, and salt and pepper to taste. Mix it all together and it should look like this. We'll boil some eggs. The recipe calls for 8, but I'm doing 4 here. You'll definitely have enough kachumbari to stuff the eggs, so my recommendation is to boil as many eggs as you plan to eat. Boil the eggs for 8 to 10 minutes, then take them out and cool them in ice water. When we're ready, peel the eggs, cut the boiled egg vertically down the middle, but not completely through, and then gently stuff the eggs with the kachumbari. To be honest here, I had some issues with the stuffing step. If I cut too much down the middle, the egg will just split on its own, And if I didn't cut enough, it gets hard to stuff, and if I keep stuffing, I eventually split the egg too. It might just be a skill issue and I need to be more delicate and get good, but I'm fortunate here that you can still put the kachumbari on top of the egg. I'm just losing presentation points here. Now that the Mayai Pasua is ready, next we're going to make Kuku Choma. This was noted as one of Elena's favorite foods back home in Kenya. It's a traditional East African dish where chicken is marinated with a blend of spices, then grilled over an open flame or charcoal. For that street food vibe, chicken wings are used so that the cooking time is not too long. So let's prepare the marinade. In a food processor, combine 1 red bell pepper, 7 garlic cloves, 5 centimeters peeled ginger, and 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes. Puree until smooth and pour it in a large mixing bowl. Then we'll add the zest and juice of 1 lime, 1 tablespoon cumin, 2 teaspoons paprika, 1 teaspoon coriander, 2 teaspoons salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, 2 tablespoons canola oil, and mix everything together well. Then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of the marinade in a separate container, mix in the zest and juice of 1 lime, add 1 tablespoon canola oil, seal airtight, and refrigerate. Next, we're going to add about 5 pounds of chicken wings to the remaining marinade. I'm splitting the marinade into 2 large mixing bowls so I don't overcrowd the wings and make it easier to mix the chicken and marinade around. Toss to incorporate everything well, and let it rest covered in the refrigerator for 2 to 6 hours. I let my chicken rest in the fridge for about 3 hours. 15 minutes prior to cooking, take out the chicken and a separate marinade. So the cookbook recommends cooking these on a grill, basting the wings several times until cooked, about 5 to 10 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't have a grill on me, so we're going to try a couple different methods to see what are the best alternatives. So what I decided to do was to try using the air fryer function on my stove, setting 425 degrees Fahrenheit air fry on my stove oven, and for my toaster oven, I set it to 450 degrees Fahrenheit convection bake. I'm going to line some baking trays with some aluminum foil, then grab a baking wire rack and place it on top of the tray. Arrange all the wings on the rack, making sure to leave space between each other. The rack is to elevate the chicken from the bottom surface, allowing heat to circulate around it, helping the wings roast evenly and provide a lovely crispy texture. Once ready, I would put them in the oven and take them out every 5 minutes to baste some additional marinade from the reserved container and mixing bowls. At the 10-minute mark, I would flip them over. The total cooking time was around 20 minutes to get the chicken fully cooked through to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I noticed through this process the air fryer method crisped up the chicken better than using convection bake, though I feel that maybe my toaster oven was not as strong compared to the stove. I found both ways to be acceptable alternatives to grilling, with a slight edge to air frying if that option is available to you. So now let's have the taste test. First, I'll try the Kuku Choma. I like that the marinade gives off some sweetness from the bell peppers, along with the tanginess from the lime. There's a slight spiciness from the chili flakes, though it's hard to notice unless you're really looking for it. The chicken is moist and juicy, and the tail ends have crisp up, which provides a nice crunch. I think the marinade can be applied to other cuts of chicken like drumsticks or thighs, which is what I typically use. It'll take longer to cook, but it's something I would explore next time. Now the Mayai Pasua. I really like what the kachumbari adds to this dish. It's light, it's refreshing, it adds some tanginess from the limes which help give the egg some more flavor, as boiled eggs on its own can be quite plain. I didn't show it here, but me and my wife cleaned out the kachumbari during dinner. It's easy to consume and healthy as well. Overall, this is a flavor-packed meal where you'll definitely get your protein fill from the eggs and chicken, and the salad is light, healthy, and refreshing that adds balance to the chicken. Would I make it again? I would. It's another way for me to use a bell pepper. I like that the ingredients required for both of these are pretty easy to obtain. Your local grocery store should have these ingredients available. I also really like the versatility of the kachumbari as a condiment or eating it on its own. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this. So what would I do differently? I would boil as many eggs as you need or plan to eat. There's enough kachumbari to stuff the eggs. I also don't think it's entirely necessary to take some of the marinade in a separate container. I found that there was a fair bit of leftover marinade in the mixing bowls that you could use for basting with some added extra oil and lime. And there you have it, street food from Elena's home country of Kenya. I think this cookbook is a cool way to explore cuisines of different countries and cultures, bonus if there are characters you really like. It's a fun way to connect with Street Fighter culture. It also gives an opportunity for you to try something different, see another take on a dish you make, which you can adopt or get a different perspective on. To me, it has delivered so far on making recipes accessible for home cooking. Instructions are straightforward and approachable for beginners and more experienced cooks. If you're interested in this cookbook, I provided a link in the description below. Full disclosure, these are affiliate links, which means that if you use my links to purchase this book or other items, I get a small payment for the sale at no extra cost to you. So it's a great way to support me if you use these links, and I really appreciate the support. I hope you like this format. It's a little different from what I normally do, so let me know in the comments if you think this is cool and want to see more of this type of presentation. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. In addition, if you'd like to support the channel and get access to extras like bonus content and written recipes on other dishes I've made, check out my Patreon. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.
Now, find a new rival.